Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
This is Shari. I'm going to tell a story about an unexpected Mrs. Claus. I will keep it short and sweet. I wasn't expecting to do this tonight at all, but I've been inspired in unexpected ways. Long story short, I'm the youngest of three girls, and it's going to be a little emotional. When my sister and I grew up, Christmas was one of the happiest occasions. With my mom's permission, she had a mental illness. But Christmas was somehow a break from all that. So when we grew up, and became adults ourselves, I was in a Hallmark store and I saw a Santa suit. And I thought that would be a great gift for my dad, for our dad. And I didn't have a lot of money back then. I was in my early 20s. My sisters had plenty of money. They were engineers. And I was like, you go into this gift with me. And they said, why would we do that? That's a horrible idea. And I said, forget it. I'm going to get it myself. But I still gave him credit when he opened the gift. He loved getting the Santa suit. And he dressed as Santa for so many occasions. He went to nursing homes. He went to schools. He just absolutely embedded the Christmas spirit. And he has really deep faith. And he would not talk about gifts. He wouldn't ask them about what they wanted for Christmas. But he would talk about, what are you going to do to share the love of this Christmas with somebody? So this is actually about my mom. Because it didn't occur to me to get a Mrs. Claus suit. But she took it on herself. She went and had a Mrs. Claus suit made so she could go with him. And they together would hand out cookies and just, again, do so many things, including handing out cards. And I have one in my purse, and if I had enough of them, I'd hand them to all of you. But 25 years ago, a friend of my father's gave him a card and said, be gentle with yourself. And that touched him so much that he went and started handing those cards. And he has handed out thousands of those cards over the years. And he's still alive. They're both still alive, miraculously, after each of them having 2 forms of cancer and countless other medical conditions. And we moved them into assisted living this past February. And we had to downsize them. And he had to give up a Santa suit, which was very emotional for me to, and I took it because I'm like, we can't just give this away. It needs to continue. Before I tell you the end of the story, I'm going to flash back a little bit. One of the most poignant experiences I had with him wearing the Santa suit was when I worked for a division of Johns Hopkins University, and Johns Hopkins at the time invited our office to adopt a family. And we went to a family's home in downtown Baltimore. And he wore Santa's suit proudly, and we were delivering all the food and the clothing. And we couldn't go into the apartment. We went to the apartment below because there was no heat in their apartment. And there was no heat in the apartment below. There was a single light bulb they had to bring down to put in the light above. They had the gas stove going to heat the apartment so that we could be there to bring them gifts. And all of a sudden, the children started coming out of the woodwork, and the mother and the father came in. And I will never forget that Christmas and that experience. And it just is a reminder. Yes, it's a wonderful joy to be with our own families, but to experience and share the love of Christmas with anybody is a gift. So now, flash forward, I just spoke to my mom on the phone yesterday, and she was so excited that she's been able to She still has her Mrs. Claus outfit. And she talked about how much she enjoys it. It was really hard for her to get used to being in this new facility and to make friends. But she's like, I just want to sit downstairs and wear my Mrs. Claus outfit and just greet people and have, be able to share stories and things. And she said, but I lost my Mrs. Claus hat. And so I just thought to myself, I'm going to order a Mrs. Claus bonnet and have it delivered to her for Christmas. Because she's the one that made the magic happen, even in the midst of all her pain. And she never wanted this to be the center of attention. She didn't need to be, and that's why we didn't think to get her an outfit. Just like so many women, strong women I know, capable, loving women I know, they find a way to make it joy for themselves and others without having to be the center of attention. So, as my father and my mother would say, remember to be gentle with yourself, because if you can't be gentle with yourself, you can't be gentle with others.